troubleshooting and fixing plasma displays for Bally pinball machines made easy. Just doing it strictly on the bench without even involving the pinball machine. Using a 15-year-old computer power supply, taking one of the power connectors used to drive the hard drives, clipping off the connector, and taking the yellow line, which is 12 volts, and black line, which is ground, running that into a voltage stepper. This particular PCB for driving Nixie clocks can be used to output up to 200 volts. So it's got 12 volts in, and then we take the voltage out, which I actually dialed down on the board to 170 volts, which is what you need to drive the plasma display. There's a little potentiometer on the PCB where you can adjust that output. So drives 170 volts into the Pinball Solutions Display Tester PCB, which I just got in the mail the other day. That plugs directly into the J1 header pins on the display board, and coupled with the high voltage that you're driving from the Nixie board, you can actually get your plasma displays to light up and run. The display board will, the display tester board, will go through a series of patterns to exercise all the segments and all the digits, so that you can plainly see which segments or digits that you're having problems with that you need to diagnose and fix. We can see on this particular one that the 1,000th digit, or the fourth one in from the right, is completely out. All of the other 7-segment displays seem to be working properly, and this allows us to see plainly that it is skipping that 1,000th place. So the next step for me is to use a cheat sheet that we've got from the internet. This little table here for this particular model Bally display board will tell me that the 1,000th digit is driven by level shifter transistor A42, location Q4, as well as the digit driver, the 5401, that is at Q10. Now it's probably one or the other that's causing that digit to be out, but we're going to replace both just to be safe. It's like $1.25 apart or even less when you buy in bulk. Probably take about 10 minutes to do, to get the old transistors out, put the new transistors in, and that should make all of the digits on this particular board work. So I've got about 10 boards to go through. All 10 have one problem or another, either missing digits, missing segments, and in some cases multiple digits or multiple segments. And having the ability to be able to drive high voltage power and actually go through test patterns on the bench outside of a pinball machine is fantastic. This will allow me to go back and forth to verify the work, identify the problems, verify the work, do a bunch of rework without having to go to the pinball machine itself, and constantly go in and put wear and tear and stress on the cable harness and the display boards themselves. So just being able to isolate this to the bench and do all the work here, very, very efficient. So very pleased with the Pinball Solutions display board. I'll be getting a lot of use out of that for this particular project and in future projects.